This video picks off from the previous video where we were building our tabbed UI builder, and we just had added frames around the report section right now. So let's go ahead and do our live preview. So you can see now we have frames around the grids and around the reports, and so there we go ahead and run a grid, and of course we can interact with the grid just like any other grid. And you'll see here that if we make this grid dirty and then try to close the grid, we get a warning saying that we can't close the tab pane because there's a dirty row in the grid. Now let's go ahead and run the customer report, and you can see that the PDF opens up, and there's our customer report, there's our invoice report, and there's our product list report, and we can switch back and forth between all of our open tabs very quickly, and etc. So now, as the next enhancement, let's assume that we'd like to let the user enter parameters so that when the report prints out, they can, for example, enter the state name for which they'd like to see the report. So let's go back to the builder right now and add in a parameter for this customer list report. So we'll go here to the customer list report, and we'll click on the builder, and we'll define an argument here, and we'll call the argument what state, and we'll enter the prompt name, which is say state name. We'll enter a default value of Massachusetts for the state. Now we'll go ahead and define our filter expression, which is going to be state region is equal to, and then this argument what state. And so now we'll click OK. So you can see there's our filter expression, and so now here's our argument, and we need to specify what value this argument is going to be bound to. So we could go here and type in a constant value like Massachusetts or California, or what we really want here is prompt at runtime. So let's go ahead there and click OK, and now let's go ahead and preview it. So now when we click customer list, you can see a little dialog pops up at the top there with the default value of Massachusetts. I'll change that to California and say print report, and there's my customer list for California. I'll go there now and type in, say, Massachusetts, and there's my Massachusetts customers. New York, and there's my New York customers, and then if I want, I can go and temporarily collapse that header section over there as well. Now, in addition to frames, you can decorate this button section with tabs and accordions, text, images, etc. So let's go back to the builder right now, and let's go to the very top here, and let's type in some static text, which we'll move to the top, and we'll go here, and we'll go here, and we'll say select an option. And then let's go and put an image as well, and we'll move that image to the top, and we'll turn the break off after the image so that the image is right next to the static text. And now we'll go to our image definition. We could choose any image in our project or one of the built-in Alpha 5 images. So we'll just go ahead and choose the little Alpha logo over there, and go ahead now and do our preview. And you'll see now we've added basically some text onto our button bar. So now let's go back here and take all of this and put it into a tabbed container. So actually we'll put the we'll go there, and we'll say tab control, and I'll go here and I'll say grids and reports. So what I'd like to do now is move this all the way to the bottom, and then I'd like to move this down above the report section. So there's my tab control. It's got a pane called grids and a pane called reports. Let's go ahead now and run it. So you can see there's grids and there's reports. So you can see that there's a lot of control available for you in how you lay out the button section on the left. So the Tab UI Builder is a great way for building a user interface to your application.